This is really, really a special occasion that the mayor is here during Black History Month, the kickoff Black History Month. But it's a special honor because I know the mayor from a long time ago. Also, she's a first black female mayor of the city of St. Louis. It's just a special honor to have her here as we celebrate our 25th anniversary this year.
This was an amazing experience, and I'll be totally honest with you. This was my first full visit to the Griot Museum, and to know that so many people here who I've admired are enshrined here was just amazing. And the slave exhibit was definitely one of those that just makes you, really, it brings the magnitude of it all, of the history of our people in this country.
Well, Black history is very important in our community, and let me share something. Not just for African American people. It is an important part of our history for everyone, every resident of the city of St. Louis. So this is an important event, and this is an important kickoff of the event, taking a good look backward in time at our history with real-world exhibits that depict that history.
It's most important to open up Black History Month here. This is one of our hidden gems about Black history in St. Louis, and we should be supporting the Griot Museum more than we are. So before I left, I said to Ms. Lois, give me a membership application so I can sign up. Actually, my favorite exhibit is the one right next to me, which is the exhibit of Reverend Earl Nance Sr., who used to be my pastor, and that's how I met Lois. We went to the same church, and I was baptized there, and really grew in my relationship with God there. So it was just amazing to see him in his church, in his pulpit where he loved to be. So that was just amazing. There was a Miles Davis exhibit, and my uncle used to play saxophone with Miles Davis when he played here in St. Louis. So that was just amazing to see him here in one of his jackets. I mean, that man could really dress.
The Griot actually opened 25 years ago. I don't know why I opened it at the time. I just knew that somebody needed to be telling these stories. That there was a rich African-American history and heritage in this city that was not being told. And without ever planning to do this, I found myself propelled into this work. Always had an interest in history, and Black history in particular. And the more I read, the more I learned, and the more I traveled, the more I learned about St. Louis's important Black history. And I wanted to share that with other people.
A foot treadle sewing machine that I recognized immediately because both my grandmother and my mother had almost identical sewing machines to that. So that was personal history for me.
Well, this is a wonderful proclamation. It is an affirmation of the importance, one, of Black History Month in general, but also the important value of the Griot. More specifically, and so we're very pleased that she and her staff have taken the time to compose this proclamation and to present it to us on this occasion.
Well, St. Louis has a rich history of Black history, and I think that Black History Month is a time for people to reflect on that. We also saw a exhibit of Dred and Harriet Scott, which also we need to talk about the freedom suits that were the lawsuits that led up to Dred and Harriet Scott suing for their freedom, where hundreds of Black slaves sued for their freedom, and several of them won in our circuit courts. So that's something to be recognized and celebrated. And then also, not just Black History Month. This is a time for, we're at a point in our country's history where we really need to reflect on the true history of this country, not to shame anyone, but to celebrate and acknowledge it so we don't repeat it.
She's certainly been a force in the city. She has worked her way up the political ladder for sure, and we're expecting big things from her, things that would certainly warrant her being memorialized here in the Griot.